This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
What is up? 24/7 Buff Pandemonium, the K-Gun Report. We're here for Season 3, Episode 25. And you know what episode this is? You know what episode this is, Pandemonium? This is that L.A. Rams versus Buffalo Bills Week 1 Super Match of the season. We're going to kick it off, talk all about that game. We're also going to go over that Rager that we had this weekend. We love you guys. Thanks so much for everybody that came. Can't wait to talk about that. Also, I got an exciting version of Rattle the Reeds. Yes, I came up with a name, Rattle the Reeds. That's goddamn right. And, of course, all of your questions and comments. And you know what? Let's just do this intro, and we'll get right into it.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
What is up, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium? If you were lucky enough to hear Jarrod just try to give Scott a little cue to look up from his phone, then you're lucky. Hey, let's start up here with Scott. And, this is my dude. I love him to death. Scott, what were you doing? Why are we late today?
We won't say that out loud. Just, we don't want to scare anybody away. You know what I mean? A little creature was in the house, so I had to go take care of it real quick.
We're not going to say it out loud. Who are you afraid of?
We might have some family members that are afraid of snakes, that are afraid to come to the house now.
So don't tell everybody you have a snake in your house, which I still think is code for something. What's up, Scott?
Bit.
Say hi to the people.
Hey, what's up, Mafia? 24/7 Buff Pandemonium, guys. Excited to be here. The Tuesday after the very, very successful regular season Rager, and days before the NFL season starts, our Buffalo Bills season starts. I mean, this show couldn't come at a perfect time.
Hell yeah. And now below me, Riverboat Reed, Mr. Jerry the Gambler Reed. What is up, Jarrod? Tell everybody how you feel today.
I feel fantastic. Scott already alluded to this. This past weekend, the Rager kicked ass. And we got the Bills game coming up in a couple days. FLX Mafia in the house, representing between Cuca and Seneca Lake. Love you all. Go Bills.
Hell yeah. Speaking of the Rager, we got some people that are in the comments right now that were here with us this weekend. Our boy Buffalo Spartan.
This is Sparta! And by the way, he did that at the Rager. He was nervous about it, afraid he couldn't do it as good as I can, and he nailed it. In fact, I think he did better than I did.
Oh, he definitely did. But yeah, you're pretty good at it too.
Thanks, buddy.
He says, does this intro get longer every episode, or is it just me? John says, what's up, Pandemonium family? Only 2 days and 26 minutes to the start of the season. But who's counting? That's right, John Johns. We got Doug saying, woo! We got my dogs coming down the stairs. You can probably hear that. We got Ellen Lart saying, damn, I'm glad I didn't have to go to work on Monday.
There you go.
We got Mike. So mad I wasn't able to get to the Rager, but when your car says, hey, I'm ruining your weekend plans, there's nothing you can do about it. Sorry about that, buddy. And I agree. Yeah. It is what it is, my man. We got Mr. Paul Rossi, the man of the hour, who donated the Stephon Diggs door prize signed jersey. And I believe that went to Lady Bills.
Lady Bills, yep.
And she said that they were going to raffle that off for another great cause. So we're just passing it along to great causes. That jersey's going to make a lot of people a lot of money. It'll be good. We got Debbie Emerton. We got Patrick Hughes. What's up, Mafia? Yo, really quick. I don't know how many spots we got left, but we did squeak in a K-Gun 24/7 fantasy league, and Mr. Patrick Hughes is the commish of that league. So if you want in...
Actually, it's me now.
Oh, it's you?
Yeah, he made me the manager, which is perfectly fine if you want
good.
in.
Well, then that's even better. Everybody yell at Scott if you want a spot. What do you got, 4 spots left? 5 spots? Something like that?
4 spots left, guys. We're opening it up to 24/7 Buff Pandemonium FLX Mafia. We got some super fans in there, Swank and myself. Unfortunately, it's a 12-man league, so it's going to be first come, first serve. PM or DM me. Personally, just say I want in, and I'll send you the link to join in. The draft, it's a snake draft PPR league. We'll start at 10 o'clock tomorrow night.
Jarrod, did you hear that?
And we'll get these rosters in.
Draft.
We'll get these rosters in before the start of the Bills-Rams game.
Snake.
It's a
snake draft.
Yeah, come on, come play. All the coolest 24/7 admins are in this league, so.
Thank you, guys.
We got Josh Cook saying, "What's up, everybody?" He was the man. He saved part of the day for the Rager. Got our shirts. There was a lot of confusion with all that. Him and Lonnie hooked us up, and we got to hang out with them a little bit. That was cool. Let's see. We got Mary Jane Brown Hughes. Are we ready for some football? Let's go. We got this. Hell yeah, Mary Jane.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We got Lisa John saying, "Hey, peeps." Lisa, you seeing straight after all that watermelon moonshine you were pouring down our gullets this weekend here, or what? I'm so glad we got to see you guys. Gary Richardson.
Ooh, the pink stuff.
What's up, Gary? A name I don't think we've seen in a while, but
yeah,
one of the OGs for sure.
Hey,
Welcome
Gary.
back, Gary.
We got Josh Williams saying, hey, let's go Bills. And we got Robbie from Let's Talk 716 Sports saying, hey, guys, go Bills. Helping mom with fantasy football.
Hell yeah.
Learn her up there,
man.
Robbie. Teach her up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we got a lot of stuff we want to get into. We want to get into this game, of course. We want to get into your questions and comments, but I definitely did want to take some time and talk about this Rager. And one of you guys want to volunteer to kind of go first here?
Hey, I'll go first. I mean, it was an amazing event. Blew our minds as far as expectations goes. We had an idea based off how last year went, and this just totally blew it out of the water. Super fans were amazing. They all showed up in costume, represented very well as they always do their class act, and they represent, take pictures, and you guys are awesome, so friendly. We got a couple new ones that joined up. Bill's Maverick and Bill's Goose, which is hilarious. Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
And Corey Ryan, who does the dress up
Bill's head to toe
Ryan, he was there, so that was pretty awesome. Mark Maddox there, friendliest guy. You guys have seen him on the show, a nicest guy. I honestly believe he would get his shirt off his back for us guys, and us likewise. I mean, the guy's the nicest guy. He'll do anything for anybody, and he just was friendly, took pictures with everybody, signed everything, and was a joy to be around. And just the fans, our fans that are on this page, you guys, love seeing you. Reinvention Brewing, man, I'm telling you what, they have a wide variety of beer choices. I don't think I've heard or saw anybody not pleased with the beer selections they had. They had light beer, lagers, dark beer, sours, seltzers, ciders. They have it all. So if you guys are ever in the area, definitely hit them up. Thank you to Reinvention Brewery for hosting the event. It was awesome. Retro Taco. Man, it was so good. And people are ranting and raving about that the whole freaking day. They were there from 4 to 8, I believe, or something like that. But man, I tell you what, they do well there, and they did well there.
They were there the whole time, I think, man.
Right.
Yeah,
oh yeah, they
got
were,
there
weren't
at
they?
3.
They were,
because
yep.
Lady Bills had to move her car.
Right. I forgot about that. And then the many people that contributed, whether it was helping driving shirts to our place, Lonnie Cook, getting our shirts, Josh Cook, giving us a basket from Josh's place of employment, the super fans. I mean,
Robert Bedet.
James, Robert Burdett, Paul Rossi, the jerseys and stuff that were donated. I mean, it was a group effort. It wasn't just the three of us. It was everyone in a collaboration coming together. And I mean, guys, we had 160 plus people there, and that was really freaking exciting. I could keep going on and on, Swank. Am I missing out anything? I mean,
Well, I mean, I figured we all hit it for a minute. I'm for sure. Thanks so much to my sister, Shaston. She came in and
yeah,
saved the day running the door. Yeah, 160 plus people. We sold a ton of raffle tickets, raised a good amount of money. So thanks to her for manning that all day and bailing us out of a jam. And my dad was ripping up raffle tickets. Everybody was chipping in. Had a great time. Reinvention actually said it was the most people they've ever had at an event, so that was cool. They're really stoked to host it again next year, and I think we're all on board for it. So we're gonna take a little break because we've been planning this thing literally since March, end of February, beginning of March, right? And it took a lot of work, but it was well worth it, man. Like, lived up to all of our expectations, exceeded expectations. The great Mark Maddox, man. Like you said, just a cool dude. He was busting my balls all day, and we were going back and forth, and it was so fun. He met my dad. I just thought it was so funny, man, because he's such a man of the people, so cool. Talked to everybody, took pictures for everybody. But he went up to my dad. I was helping my sister run the table. I don't know if that tell you guys the story. So He was like, he got there. I shook his hand. He started busting on me. We're joking back and forth. He goes in, kind of sits down. Maybe 15 minutes later, he's walking back towards the bar. I think he's a restroom or something. And he's crossing paths with my dad. My dad introduces himself, and I couldn't hear what was going on. And they're shaking hands, and I see my dad out of the corner of my eyes pointing at me. And I hear Mark go, "Oh, Swank?" And my dad's like, "Yeah, that's my son." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, him? He's okay." And he just turned around and walked away. And then he kind of side-eyed me, smirking at me. And so I went in my loudest voice to my dad, like, Dad, did you hear that?" And he's looking at me all weird. It's like, "Mark Maddox said I'm okay." We were laughing about that. And then he, again, I'm not trying to take up all this time either, but at the end of our first set there, down this mountain, Derek's played, and thanks so much to my boys in the band, the greatest dudes ever. Had a great time playing. And our sound guy, Zach, did an awesome job. But Mark came up to me during our break, and he said, "You can sing." And I said, "Kinda, thank you, And he goes, "But you didn't sing to your wife?" And I said, "What?" I said, "I wrote her a song. That's real. I wrote her a song." And he goes, "Yeah, but you didn't do that until a year into your relationship." And I said, "Mark, how long have you been talking to my wife for today?" And he started laughing. Had a nickname for her, all this stuff, man. It was just
Chicken French,
man. Just the coolest dude, and so nice. Yeah. And he actually wrote a little comment on the thank you we put out on Facebook there, and I'm glad he had a good time. That's a big ask. It was a huge moment for the three of us, if I can speak for the three of us. For him to decide to come all the way from Arizona to represent the Help One Foundation and to make everyone's day. I wasn't lying, man. He made our day and everyone's day, and it was great. So huge appreciation, big up to him. And I think the only guy on my list, and I'll throw it to Jerry, that you missed was Mr. Ryan Thomas, man. Mr. Radio himself, a great dude, great co-host. 2 years in a row, come out, hang out. If you guys are looking for it, if you didn't see the announcement, Sunday sessions start this Thursday. We're doing 6:30 to 7:30, me, Scott, and Ryan. We'll break down the game leading up to it. We'll get your inactives, and really excited to be doing stuff with him again. So, yeah, man. Jerry, what do you got? Do we leave you anything?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but you guys nailed a lot of it. And the appreciation of Mark just coming out and just hanging out. And we say it over and over again, this gentleman is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And you could tell he really feels it in his heart. I remember our buddy Dan the clerk got a picture of his kids sitting on Mark's lap, and they took the pictures and he was talking to the kids and he took his daughter. He was like throwing her up in the air a little bit and she's having a good old time laughing. And it's like, man, he's just like a family. He's got kids of his own. He's a family guy. It's just remarkable the fact that, you know, he was a real person. And every time I talk to him via messenger or we've had him on the show and even in person, I just get amazed about how humble and how real of a person this guy is. And he's awesome. Love him. And the Fandemonium turnout was amazing. The food was amazing. The super fans were all over the place talking with people. It was just fantastic. And I'm very thankful for all that to fall into place and happen, and thankful for you guys in the Fandemonium.
I forgot the same thankful for EMD. Swank, you guys rocked it.
And
to come out there and, do your thing for the cause, you know what I mean? And it was awesome. And people stayed, people enjoyed the music, people were dancing, people were drinking a little more, which Reinvention obviously loved. But they've had you there before. They obviously know you, love you, and you rocked it, man. I loved it.
Thanks so much, man. Thanks. It was good, and all the boys really had a good time. A lot of them have kids, and some of them were there. And I don't know, man. It was a really cool day for me. As it was a very long day and it was a hot day, and as much as I would have liked to stay up and kept on pushing through and drinking, I think I had a breakfast sandwich like all day. I missed out on the taco truck. Like that's why they got to come back next year. But yeah, I mean it was great, and it was like cool for like the two worlds to collide, and all for a good cause and for something that we all love, So I don't know. It was very cool. Ellen Lartz said, I've been lucky to know Mark Maddox for 26 years. The best part of the Rager for me was reuniting with him, as he is a dear friend. Ellen, thank you so much for being the one to put us in contact, right? With Mark? Wasn't that how that all started? And what a great relationship it's been. Definitely our favorite reoccurring guest. And just glad that we could all hook up and do that. So it was a great weekend. We're going to make it bigger, better for next year. And we
I was just going to say, we're going to do it again.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. We'll get some final numbers out and have that out for you guys. But we were all really happy with the way it turned out. It went off without a hitch. We raised some good money. We had a good time. People got some cool raffle prizes and got to meet each other and get stoked for this game. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Well, speaking of this game, okay, so do we want to go right into the game, or do you want to do Rattle the Reeds?
You guys rattle us first. That way you can get the rattling over with.
Rattle first.
No, here we go. Gotta start my list over here.
All right. So, boyos.
Yep.
This week's list for Rattle the Reeds, which I'm so stoked on. Rattle the Reeds. You guys into that?
I love it.
You like that name? Sweet. This week on Rattle the Reeds, since we're getting into this new season, I thought we needed to talk about gameplay from last year. And maybe you guys would know that Josh Allen had 11 games last season where he threw over 250 yards. Did you know that? 11 of these games he threw for over 250 yards, including the playoffs. I knew that was an issue with last week's or 2 weeks ago, whatever. So including the playoffs, 11, 200. Do you guys remember when everybody was waiting for him to throw his first 300-yard game? Well, that wasn't a problem this year. So, Reed boys, which games did he throw for over 250 yards last year? I mean, you have an 11 out of 19 chance of getting this right. That's pretty good.
I'm trying to figure out what division did they play? They played the Falcons last year, right? That division. Falcons, the Cardinals.
They did. The Falcons was actually the lowest amount of passing yards. Is that where you want?
That wasn't a guess. I just want to know what division they played. So,
you gonna guess the New England game they lost to next, or?
So the Patriots game, playoff game, obviously is one of them.
Yes, sir.
You didn't throw for both because they obviously didn't find the pass game until the second half of the first one.
The Patriots game, they obviously won in the wild card, and that was 308 yards passing.
So what's the mark? 250 or 300? Are we going
250.
with? Okay. He threw like hell against Tampa Bay. The comeback.
Tampa Bay is on the list, 293.
Kansas City, first time.
Kansas City
And
first
second time.
That is the fourth highest that he threw for last year, 315 yards.
And the second time?
Yes, it is on here, 308 yards. Actually, right above that wild card game against the Patriots. Threw for more passing yards in that game than against the Patriots win.
Okay.
This one. So Jarrod, you went. He threw the comeback against the Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans, 335 yards. It's the third highest passing yard game that he had this year.
4 touchdowns, no interceptions against the Redskins. He tore them up too.
That is the number one spot.
Was it 4 or 5 touchdowns? 4
It
touchdowns.
was
the Commanders, right?
I remember it was like the third game of the season. He only had like Steelers. He'd had over 250. I mean, he just made it over 250 against the Steelers. Then he went to Miami and struggled. And then he came back and had that huge game against the Commanders. Is that how it went?
So against the football team, he had 359 passing yards. They do not have total touchdowns on this.
That's all right. We're only going for yards.
Okay. And then, I'm sorry, yes, the Steelers, he had 254.
Oh, just made it.
Yeah,
okay.
Just made it. And then what'd you say?
The Titans.
The Titans, 335. Yep. So there was a game, Washington's won, then you're missing 2. Then it's Titans, Chiefs, New England, Chiefs, New England, Bucks, Steelers, Jets. So you're just missing number 2 and number 11.
He only got the Jets once, right? That
Nope,
last
they
game
had
of the
Jets
season, I don't think.
twice. So Jets are number 2.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yes, sir. That was the let's see. That had to be week 9, November 14th, week 10.
Okay.
They had 350 yards passing against the Jets.
Oh, that was a good game. Thursday night Thanksgiving game. He definitely had 300. Or no,
Saints.
no,
No.
that was close. Did he get it with the Saints?
No. 248. There's another one he got 249. The one you're looking for, he threw for 251 yards. So you're just looking for number 11 right now.
They killed the Texans 40-0. Is that the game?
And there we have it.
Right.
We were at this game.
We were at that one.
Houston Texans. He threw for 251 yard
Okay.
game. So
There you
Yeah.
go. He had a hell of a season last year, huh?
hell yeah,
Well,
he did.
What was his worst game? He did not.
The
Gotta be
worst game
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Was it
no,
Jaguars or was
no.
it the Falcons?
It was the Falcons. Falcons, he only threw for 118 yards. The Jaguars, he threw for 229. That Patriots
Just got sacked 500 times.
The Patriots win game was only 131, which I would have guessed would have
Yeah.
been the worst, but it actually wasn't.
Yep.
So
Pretty
gnarly.
Pretty gnarly.
gnarly. So there you go, man. There's Rattle the Reeds. You guys didn't get rattled too bad on that. Did a good job.
I didn't realize there were so many close to the 250 mark.
Yeah, that's why I picked it, because I thought it was kind of fun that it was there was a bunch that were all grouped in there, you know. Because let's see, Steelers 254, Jets 254, Texans 251, Dolphins 249, Saints 248, Jags 229. So you're all in within 30 yards of each other.
All right.
And,
So that
cool.
that 250 number is a good number to go by. Over under this week.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we could talk about that. Fellas, ladies, gents, all you guys, man.
All yins.
This week, football is back. 2 days. We got 2 days.
Hey.
You realize it's 8:28 right now. In 2 days from this point, we're in the first quarter of this sumbitch.
Damn.
Week 1 in LA against the Los Angeles Rams, defending Super Bowl champions. My boy Kyle at the Rager. If you watched the stream, which by the way, thank you for that. We had over 2.1K views on that almost a day and a half after. So cool on that. All that stuff is up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor. You can get all the audio. You can get it on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. So thank you guys for spreading and watching and doing all that. Mike Voigt wanted to know what he did against Carolina. Carolina, he threw for 193 yards.
Okay.
So, what the hell are we feeling about this game here, boys?
There's a lot of
Right
stories.
now.
A lot of stories behind this game, right?
Mhm.
We'll start with the quarterback. There's the story of Stafford, I'm sorry,
Stafford.
with his arm. He had arm issues all offseason, and no one knows exactly what the story with that is. So who knows what his game time is going to be like as far as arm strength and all that. So there's that story. There's the story of Allen Robinson, who's someone that really hasn't made a name for himself in the NFL, but is potentially still one of the better wide receivers in the NFL against our secondary. I mean, our new offensive coordinator. There's a lot of things to feel about this game. Von Miller coming in and playing the Von Miller Bowl. There's a lot. I'm feeling anxious. I think it's a big stage for Buffalo. Obviously, the season opener, the kickoff of 2022, playing against. We mentioned it at the Rager. They have to watch that flag being dropped. They have to watch the ring ceremony, all that stuff, in a place where they probably feel like they should have been the last 2 years. So I'm going to be nervous with them sitting in my man cave with my kid. My old man, I think, is coming, and my family. It's going to be anxiety ridden until the clock hits 0-0 at the end of the game, because Rams have an offense and a defense that can turn things around in the late quarter, in the fourth quarter. Bills also have the same thing. So I don't know if I'm going to see a blowout or a game-winning field goal by babyface Bass. Lots of feelings, lots of emotions in this game. Because we also know how the Bills started against the Steelers last year. We hope they come out a little hotter than that.
Well, I think, we talked about it at the Rager. Yes, expectations are high. This team has been trending up, has been building pieces, has been getting better. I kind of mentioned on Saturday, like, it's crazy how many pieces they've added, but they still look the same. They're still comfortable, but they've gotten better. I am at the point with this that until I see it, obviously, you can't 100% believe it, and we've all been Bills fans long enough to know that, your expectations don't mean anything. But this is different. This season is different. I am at the point with this team where I'm expecting them to win. I'm expecting them to go in and compete with high-quality Super Bowl winners, and beat them. And not just beat them, but beat them enough to be in control and in charge. And that's what we need. That's the statement that not only this team needs, this city needs, this fan base needs. If you go in there and you wipe the floor with the Rams week 1, you're good. You got enough machismo to get through the rest of the season, no problem, because you just knocked off the biggest, baddest dude on the block. And now you're moving on. You're coming home, and you're taking care of that other bully that's been a thorn in your ass for the last couple of years, So, I mean, I guess a lot of people are using that safety blanket like, well, they won the Super Bowl last year. Well, McVay's 5-0 when he comes back week 1. They prepare well. If they lose, it's not a big deal. They're a great team, the best team in the NFL right now as far as anybody's concerned. And if the Bills lose to them in an away game at SoFi, so be it. It's not the end of the world. I agree it's not the end of the world, but I also say, fuck that. Mm-hmm. They need to go in there and they need to prove that they're this team that everybody's talking about. And if they don't care about the chatter, if it's all about that locker room, these players, this team, this coach, this GM, I want them to go in there and whoop their ass and then walk out like nothing happened.
Jarrod and Swank, an ass kicking by 14, 21 points. Does that mean the same to you as a 3-point win?
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
A win is a win to me.
Yeah.
I want so badly for them to go in there and just own it. I just really want that. It's the same thing like when I talk about Kyer Elam. Like, I really want him to come in and be Trey White. I want him to come in and be like, this is my job, Mm-hmm. And not to say he hasn't done a good job or a great job or he's not going to be great, But I'm just saying, like, I really just wanted that to snap in and lock and go, you know. And I think if they go in there Thursday and they do it, handle business. I mean, I don't think that anybody can hang with their offense, you know,
Right.
and it's just going to be a shootout unless the number one defense in the NFL, which nobody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about the Super Bowl champs coming in, but the number one defense from last year is going to LA to play that offense, and the MVP from that Super Bowl is now on that side of the ball.
Yep.
So there's a lot to be said, and everybody can talk about the corners and everything and whatever. Those all-pro safeties got a lot to say about that. That new pass rush has got a lot to say about that. You know, it's not going to be Matt Stafford with a noodle arm, has a walk in the park, just dropping bombs to Robinson and Kupp. I think there's going to be a lot more to this game than that, and I think it's going to be uphill sledding for them. And all we need is a couple stops. You get a couple stops on that offense, and then you let Josh do his thing, you know?
Yeah, the uncertainty of week one is always an issue with me. These are 32 professional NFL teams coming into a league, all 0-0-0, right? So we know that the Buffalo Bills have improved, we think, on offense. We know not only at wide receiver position, but maybe running back position, the offensive line definitely. But there's Ken Dorsey sitting there too at the offensive coordinator spot. And what's his push going to be like? And that's going to be interesting to watch. I think it's just going to be go, go, go. And this Bills offense is going to be the greatest show on turf. And it's funny because they're playing against the Rams. The defense is what's going to be kind of worrisome. Swank, great point. They were the number one defense last year. But when we get to the X factor, you'll see. But that's later. This cornerback position, everyone's talking about it. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like. Frazier's still there. He's a component of that defense that's been there for many years now. So that longevity of him being there has to mean something. You know what I mean? And Von Miller, not only was he the MVP last year, played in the Super Bowl, but he's been on this team since day one, teaching these younger guys his ways. So not only him being on the team and playing, but him sharing his knowledge of the game with everybody. It's just going to be crazy to watch. And I can't see, this is also going to be a coaching battle. These are two great coaches coming in this game. So it's just going to be Thursday night football. Scott and Swank, you've said it many times. The NFL got it right for week one for the opening game. And oh God, if you don't, I'd probably be standing this whole game. It's going to be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And what people aren't talking about, Jarrod, is the fact that Von Miller came in, he's teaching, and as a first year player, I know he's got all the awards and all that stuff. They put a C on his chest. Out of all the players that have been in Buffalo with a C on his chest, the brand new guy is now a captain. So that tells you a lot about what the coaching staff thinks. We already knew that, but I think it's pretty amazing that he's earned that title already.
Yeah, I mean that's just a testament to the respect he has across the league, right? Like
Right.
people recognize who he is and what he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I love about the captains too? Sorry, Swank, for jumping in.
You're good.
Matakovich and Taiwan Jones are both wearing the C too. Two special team aces are wearing the C. That says something too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And historically have, right? I mean, this isn't Taiwan's first time being a captain. I don't know. It's just I think that again is another testament to like how much the Bills like appreciate and value all three phases of the game. You know what I mean? Like if you're making plays, if you're important in this team, like they promote you. You know, I mean, like the players recognize that, right? Like are the players the one that vote the captain? Or is
I'm sure they have a couple says in it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's what do you guys do? Like, historically, week one, I know I'm always jonesing for that game, and it's always building up to it. And usually it's a Sunday at 1 o'clock, you know. And the only thing that's bad about this Thursday night game is that now we play a Monday night game the week after, so we're going to have to go that long stretch before we see our team play again, you know.
Yep.
But for me,
Advantage Buffalo.
yeah. For me, it's all this anticipation where it's like you almost forget what it feels like leading up to that first real game, and then you start to see the previews and you see them warming up, and then you're going on, you watch Sunday sessions, and you know, and you get to the point where it's kickoff, and it's just like before you know it, you're there, and I'm just like you're saying, Jerry, like standing the whole that whole first quarter, standing. If you find yourself sitting down, then you're jumping back up. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know.
It's been a quiet last couple of days too. I mean, they're going through their camps, or not camps, but practices and stuff like that. And it's been quiet. If you look throughout social media and stuff like that, nothing's really blowing up. And it's like a weary feeling before the season starts. And we're all just sitting there in anticipation, waiting for it to start. And it's like, okay, it's quiet. Okay, it's quiet. Okay, it's quiet. And then when you see them on TV, that's going to bring back a lot of good stuff for us Bills fans.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get to some bold predictions for this game. Jerry, go ahead. You're right there. What do you got for bold predictions for this game here coming up Thursday?
All right. So if you saw the Rager this past weekend, I said Singletary is going to rush for 100 yards. I'm changing that. I think Singletary is going to rush for more than 125 yards. I'm going to add a little bit more to that. And 2 touchdowns. And a couple months ago, I said this run game with this new offensive line coach being there, running everything, and this new offensive line coming in, it's going to be quality over quantity. And look for bold prediction, 125 plus yards for Singletary, 2 touchdowns with well over 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, Jared, I think your preseason guess was 5 yards a carry for him.
Yeah,
right?
over. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Josh Cook's got Gabe fucking Davis, 3 TDs. Patrick Hughes, James Cook, 3 TDs.
Now, don't be surprised if that happens, because like we've said earlier, you know, they really didn't show much of James Cook. This could be a secret weapon that all of a sudden when the season starts, bam, he's there. Slot receiver, running back. It's a good take.
This is the thing. I mean, I know that line is good. You got, Donald and all that stuff, Ramsey and Bobby, like they got a decent defense, but it's like they got one guy at each level as far as I'm concerned, really it's about that offense. It's about that offense, and it's about Aaron Donald. Ramsey, obviously none of us are worried about anymore, correct? Mm-hmm. Like he's gotten washed by Josh Allen after running his mouth.
You still have to watch out for him, but
sure.
Yeah.
But I think Josh knows how to play him. I think Steph knows how to play him.
Diggs definitely knows how to play him. Yep.
So not a whole lot that I'm worried about with that. I don't think that there's a whole lot that you can prepare for. I mean, I know they're preparing, but like when you're looking at the Bills last year on tape, you didn't even get Gabe Davis for the full year. The very last game of the season, he set a record. He beat he set a record Jerry Rice didn't have. And what did he do? He did nothing but work. If you guys haven't seen the blue and red with Gabe, the Bills just put it out like a week or two ago. It's all about his workout regimen and where his focus at and where his mind's at and how he prepares and how he came from a small city, and like everything is about being the best wide receiver in the NFL. That's what he wants to be. He's got a live-in trainer, nutritionist that's been with him since high school, and it's like you see him prepare and you're like, holy shit, like this dude is completely what we want him to be, 100%. And so knowing that you got Stephon Diggs, knowing that Gabe Davis is capable of these things, then you got Isaiah McKenzie, who had flashes of greatness last year, and then you got James Cook, and then you got this new line that's built for running, and then you got Devin Singletary, who now has a line that's built for running, and then you got Dawson Knox. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, show your hand, Rams. Show your
Yeah.
hands, and then the Bills could pick a card out of the deck, whatever one they need.
Yeah. I just, as long as they give Josh a little bit of time, I mean, not even a lot, but like a little bit of time on this upgraded, better defense or offensive line, I just don't see anything other than him picking them apart completely. Just piece by piece, dissecting them all the way down the field. So anyway, my bold prediction is your boy Stephon Diggs, who's been a little bit ignored in this offseason, which is weird to say. Everybody's talking about Gabe. Everybody's talking about the face of the franchise. And I hope everybody's sleeping on my boy Diggs, because I think he comes out week 1 and he gets 2 touchdowns, and he has over 100 yards performing this first week. And that might not seem too bold, but I think considering he's going to be guarded by Jalen Ramsey and possibly double-teamed, that boy's going to eat. He's worked just as hard as Gabe has this offseason. You better believe it.
I like
Stephon Diggs is sitting back there licking his chops because he has Gabe Davis over there on the other side, McKenzie, Knox, all those guys, James Cook. He last year at the end of the season, he was more worried about winning. Like, I don't need to catch 14 targets. I want my teammates to do it and score and win. That's all I care about. Now that he has these guys coming up for, especially Gabe Davis, another year in the system, McKenzie, his role increasing, Stephon Diggs is going to be he's going to benefit a lot this year.
You watch him climb. You watch him climb to the rank, and not just him and Gabe. If we're doing year-long bold predictions, they're both top 15 wide receivers by the end of the year. Boom! Hold on.
I'm going to call him.
Yeah, I said it. What you need to do is get back to.
Yeah, I pulled my own. Yeah,
I'm going to call him Skinny Post Davis. A lot of his good catches, his touchdown catches, his deep touchdown catches, skinny posts.
Yeah.
And what that does, it not only pulls the corner out of it, but it pulls the safety out of it. So if you keep running him and he's so effective at that pass pattern, you bring Diggs somewhere across the middle and they start dropping that safety rather than having a safety play in that coming up a little bit, he's going to be distracting everybody with that skinny post, and you're going to see Diggs coming across the middle, catching it, and be able to take it to the outside and run it deep. Yards after catch is going to be a significant change this year. I can guarantee it.
Absolutely. And that's something they've been working on, And with Josh Allen's accuracy and arm strength being where it is, he can lead wide receivers wherever he needs it. Just because he needed to fall into that niche and understand his mechanics, like, the dude has evolved from that baby boy coming from Fireball to Wyoming to Buffalo to being able to thread the needle and be able to be so accurate and get everything he needs to do with his body in motion and not just throw it with his arm, but have enough arm strength now too to be able to whistle it in there if it is a close window. You know what I mean? Like, I trust him so much. Like, I just trust where he's at right now. He's going to be this is his year to come out and be like, this is who the fuck I am, Scott, bold me.
Mine's quick. Joe Noteboom, David Edwards, Brian Allen, Coleman Shelton, and Rob Heavenstein. You know any of those names?
Nope.
It's the offensive line for the LA Rams.
Love it.
I'm going five sacks, 5 or more for that defensive line. If Noodle Arm Stafford's back there and that line is trying to protect him, they lost their Whitford. They lost that guy that retired, the man of the year. They don't have the anchor anymore on the left side. They're going to be in trouble, big time trouble. That defensive line is going to eat.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Can I throw an honorable mention, bold prediction?
Well, you like to drag things out. Go ahead, buddy.
This is a quick one. Look for Dawson Knox to come out with a little bit of extra oomph week 1 and maybe even week 2 for the home opener. With the past couple of weeks with a tragedy, I bet you a couple of these games, maybe even the season, and his heart will be dedicated to his brother. So that might be a bold prediction for the whole season, but he's going to ball out.
I like it. We got Paulette saying, good evening, everybody. Go Bills.
There she is.
What's up, Paulette?
Frank Mullen saying, oh, baby, 5 sacks. I love it. Me too.
Frankie Mullen, good to see him at the Rager last week. It was awesome to see you, Frankie.
That's right, Frankie Mueller. So, the only thing we got to go over here, X Factor, score prediction. Let's bang, bang. Bills Mafia, K-Gun enthusiast, 24/7 BF family. Let's see your score predictions. I saw some of you guys throwing them out there already, but score prediction and all right, let's go top to bottom this time. Scooter Magooter, what's your X Factor and score prediction?
My X Factor is actually going to be Taron Johnson. Cooper Kupp plays good on the outside, but he's also really does a really good job as a slot. And with Allen Robinson probably playing more of the outside, I think we're going to see Cooper more in the slot. So I think that coverage, that matchup, we'll see more often. So Taron Johnson signed a contract. He's with the Bills for a couple more years. I think it's a premier game, guys. It's the first game of the season. I think it's time to showcase why Taron Johnson is the nickelback that we all love. And I think the X Factor is going to be his matchup against Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's going to do his thing. He really is. But if Taron Johnson can man that position when he's playing a slot, I think that's going to be a huge X Factor to the success of this defense.
If I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Cooper Kupp came over with like Goff, right? Where I know they had a good connection, but like, wasn't he kind of like just not even thought of as a receiver when Jared Goff started there? I mean, he was there.
His
right?
first 2 seasons, 60 catches, 40 catches.
Yeah.
So he was just a sidekick.
Yeah.
A second receiver, but he's come into his own in 2019 he had 94, then 2020 92, and then last year he had 145 catches. So
yeah, he had a monster season last year. Absolutely. I don't know. I'm just wondering if I want to see what he does. I want to see where he's at on Thursday. I mean, they got to have a plan for him. So, you know, we'll see. Jerry, what do you got down there, buddy?
I'm sticking with my 38-28 score prediction from this past weekend. My X factor, and I agree with Josh Cook, is going to be that defensive line. Again, we are uncertain what that secondary looks like, but if the defensive line gets home and attacks and eats all day, that's going to make the cornerback position a little bit easier, where they can take chances and jump balls a little easier. But the D-line is going to be the X factor of that Buffalo Bills defense anyway.
So the whole D-line you're going with?
Yep, that rotation. Von Miller teaching those young guys, every other down you're going to see a different name up front.
Your brother, tell you, Scott, your brother, every single time we do these things, he's got to take a whole squad. You can't pick one guy.
Gregory Rousseau is going to make a name for himself week 1.
He's already got a name. It's Groot.
It's gonna be crazy. Gonna be crazy.
X Factor, Gregory Rousseau. All right. Well, Swank's X Factor of the game for Thursday night here is going to be the whole defensive line. That rotation is going to be gnarly. No, I was messing with you.
You got me. I looked down quick. And I was like, wait
a minute. Somebody just said that. My X factor of the game is also going to be defensive, but I'm going to say it's going to be Mr. Dane Jackson. I think a lot is going to weigh on what Dane does, and I think he's going to step up, man. He's stepped up in a lot of like clutch positions and times when he's had to over the last couple seasons. I think he's earned his keep. Obviously, they were confident enough to let Levi go, and didn't want to just, simmer, right? Like, that's what Levi was. He was a good corner. We all rooted for him, whatever, but he simmered. You know, they wanted to obviously get more aggressive. I think they're unleashing Dane. I think that you haven't seen a lot of Dane in the preseason, a la similarly to like a James Cook, right? Like maybe you don't want to show how good he is. Maybe, I mean, none of us really thought that he was just going to win the job right out of the gate, did we? But you haven't heard, seen nothing. He just never played in preseason, like other than a couple snaps. It was all eyes on Kyer and this rookie. You know, and like Dane Jackson, I think, is flown under the radar. And there's this quiet confidence I feel that's coming out of Buffalo's front office on him that he's going to be able to step up and do it. You know, so I think if he can handle his business, you know, and rookies are going to rookie. Hopefully they play a solid game and we got some safety help. But if Dane can hold his own the way he has before, and maybe he's evolved into, I think that'll be a huge part of this game. So he's my X factor, and my score is 35-17. I can't remember if that's what I said Saturday or not. But
Check the tape.
check the tape.
Check it.
Paulette says 38-17 Bills. Patrick Hughes says don't forget the Rams also have a new offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. Can I
Very
touch
good
on that
point.
real quick?
Yeah.
Liam Cohen. He hasn't been a coordinator. He coached for Kentucky last year as a coach. So this is his first year. So it's I was on a fence between X factors as far as being Leslie Frazier and Liam Cohen. Leslie Frazier, a well-known defensive coordinator in the NFL, versus a brand new offensive coordinator with a not so well-recognized offensive line. That's where my 5+ sacks came from, and that potentially is going to be the matchup of the week. That's why my bold prediction was what it was, and my score prediction is actually going to be like a 42-17 game. I think Leslie Frazier's experience will pound the crap out of Liam's inexperience as an offensive coordinator and the struggles that offense will see.
So does McVay call that offense? Is that just the title only position?
I honestly don't know, but this guy's brand new. Brand new.
Yeah. I guess like just playing devil's advocate and not doing anything else. I mean, Dorsey is too, you know, but at least he's been in the system and he knows the in and outs, and I feel way more comfortable with Ken
Liam
Dorsey.
was their wide receiver coach for 2 years, then a quarterback coach. Then he went to Kentucky, whereas Ken Dorsey's been in the system for quite a bit of years. So I think the advantage, you're right. Both brand new offensive coordinators, but I think the familiarity with the system might be a little different.
Gotcha. Patrick Hughes, X factor for the Rams is Akers for the only reason we don't know what he will look like. Good point, man. He was hurt last year. When he came back, he did look pretty brutal.
Pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Pat Howell, what's up, buddy? He says 27-10 Bills. Ellen Lartz, X Factor Bills have a low number of penalties. Josh Allen and Von Miller get to carve up the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it. All right, so if you were with us last year, we also did weekly pick'ems for the AFC East and a toilet bowl game. So, has anybody got the schedule up?
Pulling it up, Swank. Pulling it up.
Yeah, me too.
There we go. So we got New England at Miami for the first one.
And Jared's going to keep track of this. Hopefully he doesn't cheat this year.
Yeah, he did. He did weight it a little heavy last year for himself. I'm going Miami.
Yep. Enough said.
Yep. I mean all three of us have Miami.
It's not going to be 50-mile-an-hour winds where our friend, the quarterback there at the Patriots, can just sit back and watch his team win without him.
Mackie J.
Mac.
Yep. This is, I think we're going to see why the New England Patriots probably should address the quarterback position next year, but that's a lot. But we can talk about that later in the year.
Frankie Mullins calling the New England Miami game a toilet bowl game already. So
Yeah, it is.
all three of us have Miami, so that's a good one.
Okay. I think we're going to be similar on this other one. Ravens, Jets.
Yep.
Baltimore,
Ravens.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going Baltimore so far. It doesn't matter. Toilet bowl. I am looking around here. There's a couple games I want to call.
We have Saints, Falcons, Jaguars, Commanders, Lions, Steelers. No, that was preseason. I don't know. I think that might be it. One of those two, Swank. If it's not the Patriot Dolphins, then
Yeah.
Browns, Panthers, or Jaguars, Commanders?
Yeah. Man. I mean, you want to do them both?
Yep.
So
do 'em
Marking
both.
it down, Jarrod. All right.
Yep.
All right.
So we're doing Browns, Panthers, and Jaguars, Commanders for the week 1 double flush toilet bowl game. So
Jags are playing the Commanders.
Commanders, yeah. What do you guys got?
That's tough. The Jags and Commanders. Oh man, I honestly think Antonio Gibson's been given a second chance with Robinson getting shot last week. It's unfortunate that happened, but I think it's a game that Gibson can take control of. I would love to see ETN come back from his injury and be successful, and Trevor Lawrence become that quarterback that they always wish they had. But I'm going to give Commanders the edge. The defense is always strong, so I think it's a good defensive game by the Commanders, along with Antonio Gibson getting a lot of rushing yards.
I'm going to go against you. I'm going Jaguars with this one. Trevor Lawrence is going to have a great year number 2 down there.
So we got one of each taking each, huh? I got a soft spot in my heart there for the Commanders, but I unfortunately have Trevor Lawrence in my Dynasty League.
Hey, bet against him. If
It's
he
a
does
dynasty,
well,
though.
then...
You could do good the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years out of there.
Yeah, well,
Swank?
I'm not even starting him. I got Aaron Rodgers.
So did
I'm
I.
just gonna do him,
Love it.
yeah. I think I'm gonna go Commanders, man. I have a soft spot for him, and I want him to do well. I don't know exactly why. I'm not a big Wentz fan. He would be the reason why I would pick against them 100%. But yeah, I'm gonna say Commanders.
All right.
My
Well,
best friend Josh Davies is a Commanders fan, so
Oh, nice.
I'll take that part of it.
Part 2 of the double flush.
What'd you pick?
I picked the Jaguars.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I got the Commanders. Love this next matchup. Baker Mayfield is a starting quarterback against the team that released him and brought in. I have a couple names for the other guy, but it's not appropriate for even NC-17. As much as I hate the Browns, as much as I don't like Baker Mayfield, it's a tough call. I think the Carolina Panthers.
It's the double flush, buddy.
Yep, double flush. It's the courtesy flush. They're
Good
both
Panthers,
big.
Scott?
They're both big dumps you want to get rid of before the end of the session, but I'm gonna go Panthers with this. I'm a fan of their rookie Ikem Ekwonu. I think he'll have a good debut. Like DJ Brown, I would like to see McCaffrey come back from his injury and be successful. So Panthers, and I can't stand the Browns. I'm with you on that. Swank's probably gonna go Panthers too, just because of that, man.
Well,
I would love to see the Cleveland Browns continue to be flushed down that toilet for sure.
I can't. I don't know. You want to win some money off me? Ask me to bet a Browns game, man. I hate the Browns, but part of why I didn't like the Browns was Baker. I don't like Baker's attitude and stuff. Since he's been in Carolina, I found a couple things that I like about him. I really like that leaked presser. That and this is gonna get a little. After night here. After this is gonna get a little. You know what this is getting? This is getting.
Here we go, folks. We're in overtime.
That's right. We're in overtime. Baker, when asked what he was going to do to the Browns on national TV, said he was going to fuck them up. That is a direct quote. You can find the video. It is the coolest thing that dude's ever done in his whole career, and for that alone, absolutely, I'm picking the Panthers. I also think that the Browns are a lot of hype, and I think each week, any team that is playing the Browns is automatically the national favorite. Like everybody wants that team to win. Everybody's rooting against the Browns.
Absolutely.
Which is crazy to me because the narrative for the Browns was completely the other way. Just like if you go back in time a couple of years ago, you know, God, man, everybody was kind of pulling for him. Like, geez, just win, just eke this one out, you know. And now it's like literally just gone. Like, you have a franchise that won their first playoff game or went to the playoffs, right, for the first time with Baker and all that, and forever. You go from that feeling to he gets cut, you sign like literally the biggest scumbag in the league, and he's now suspended. So it's like, I don't know. Whatever. Panthers, that's it. Done.
Panthers too. Panthers too. Yeah. Just for all the same things you guys just said. I want to see Baker come out there and
No. Stop talking. You said everything we said, so you're done.
shut their mouths up.
Shut up, them mouths.
Cleveland's a shit franchise. We got a lot of Cleveland fans over here in the Buffalo Bills Mafia now. If you guys follow Twitters, a lot of them jumped over here.
That's it. Like Voigt, 11 games isn't long enough.
Should have been season.
Yes, sir. All right, kids. This has been your Week 1, 2022, beginning of a Super Bowl run. K-Gun Report. And I'll say it again, man. We love you guys a whole lot. This has been a great week for us. And I'm so stoked that we started out with the Rager on Saturday. We got this tonight. We got Sunday sessions Thursday. Check it out, 6:30 to 7:30. Me, Scooter Magooter, Mr. Ryan Thomas, on all the platforms we're on right now. Getting you ready for that game. And then that game, dude. I got to work one more day tomorrow, and then I'm off for 5 days. And just can't wait, man. So let's run around this here panel, do some final closing thoughts, and we'll get this done. Scooter?
Man, I'm excited about Sunday sessions. I really am. It's a show that we usually have from 11:30 to 12:30 on Sundays before the game. It's our pregame show. We love doing the one show a year, one show during the off season, all that stuff. But that second show is something that I really love too. And it's our pregame show, guys. We talk about active rosters, we talk about last minute changes, and we get your guys involved, and we absolutely love it. Can't say enough about that Rager. It was such an emotional time. Like I said, something that exceeded our expectations, and it was mind blowing, and it couldn't have went any better than it did. So I want to thank the Fandemonium, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium fans, the followers, FLX Mafia, our new page, our sister page, that's trying to bring in the Mafia representation in the Finger Lakes area. Keep it up, guys. You guys are kicking ass, and I hope you guys come and join us. And I'll tell you what, that 6:30 to 7:30 show, it lets that hour go fast. So the Bills game is right there, right afterwards. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see you guys there. What's Swank?
That's absolutely one of the things I love about it. That before we started doing, I hated about it because I was like, I'm a big dude. Like, my Sundays are sacred to me. I don't want anything to do. I'll tinker around a little bit in the morning, and like it hits a point, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm watching football. I'm eating some food. I'm having a couple beers. Like, worked too damn hard all week. And when we started talking about Sunday sessions, originally Jarrod was going to start doing it, and he got busy with the family and stuff, and then Scott and I took it over, and I was a little apprehensive about it at first, but man, I love it. Like, I grew into loving it just because, like you said, man, it takes that last hour before the game. Like, what do you do during that? You're like pacing around and trying to get stuff around, getting food around, getting whatever, listening to Murph, you're listening to whatever, trying to figure out where your head's at before this game. And for me, it's nice because I can just sit here, talk with you, talk with my buddies, hash it out, get the inactives, and it's over in a flash, and then all of a sudden you got a half an hour until kickoff. You got enough time to grab your beverage, put on your jersey, and get your seat, man. And it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, one last week. We'd love to get all you guys on our fantasy football thing that we're doing, where there's 4 spots available. So DM or PME a message if you're interested. The live draft Snake PPR will start at 10 p.m. tomorrow.
Snake.
First come, first serve. So let me know what you guys think. Man, I love you guys.
That was awesome, Jerry.
I gotta get my words every once in a while with Scooter talking.
One more thing about that fantasy league before Jerry, I'm sorry. We're there's no money, it's all bragging rights, but we're putting up stuff for the winner. So there'll be some sort of cool prize. I mean, don't forget, we're sponsored by TSE now. We got a bunch of autograph stuff. We got T-shirts. We'll make it worth the winner's time and effort. And maybe we'll make it worth with a little entry fee next year or something. But like, I don't know. I kind of like this. At first, I was like, oh, there's no money, and I was like, oh, that's cool because we're all friends. Like, who wants to take money off everybody anyway? But we'll hook it up. Something. What? Yes, Scott.
You
want to take money?
There'll be something shiny at the end. Yeah, there'll be something shiny at the end.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Hey, Swank, you said something about 2 minutes ago that really is going to lead my closing out here, and that is the beginning of our Super Bowl run. Buffalo Bills fans, take your time and enjoy the season this year. If this is going to be the season where we win it all, enjoy every game, enjoy everything leading up to the game, enjoy your family and friends that you watch the game with. Take it in. It's a long season. 17 games isn't many games, but it is a long season. Enjoy every minute of it, week to week to week. Enjoy Sunday sessions, guys, on Thursday. I'll be watching with you. I can't wait. It's going to be here. My favorite part about Sunday sessions when that active list comes out. Man, it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Awesome, guys. Bill season's right here.
Yo, Scooter, how many spots we got left?
4 spots. It's a live draft, so you could pick auto pick if you want, but you can there'll be a timeout and all that stuff.
Do me a favor. Can you shoot a little message over to my boy Ryan Thomas, see if he wants in? He said he wanted to get in on it.
Looks like Frank Mullen wants in too.
Frank Mullen wants in. Debbie live and or auto draws. Yeah, we're doing it online, Debbie. And you can auto draft if you want.
I'll send some links. Like I said, it's first come, first serve.
Yep.
Frankie Mullen, who else?
Frankie. He's the only
and
one.
Ryan Thomas. You want to throw Ryan Thomas?
Yeah, throw Ryan Thomas a text because you want to. I think he's working or something tonight.
Okay.
Enjoy this year 1 week at a time. Don't jump the gun. That's right, Patrick Hughes. We preach that all the time. Don't forget where we came from, man. It was a long, long ride, and I think I say it almost every single season that we've been doing this, which is the 3rd season that we've been doing the K-Gun, which is nuts. But yeah, man, enjoy this. Like, your team right now is the Super Bowl favorite in Vegas. You know, you have a budding star in the NFL and Josh Allen with superstars surrounding him. Coach of the year, to me, should have been for like the last 3 years. Actually, probably ever since he came into the league. You took a no-name team of ragtags to the playoffs that hadn't been there in 17 years. He probably should have got it then, but whatever, no big deal. I'm going to tell you, man, I'm so pumped for this season. I'm so grateful to do it with you two and everybody here in the comments. I mean, this is great, man. This is great, man.
It's a beautiful thing.
Right here. Just touch it.
Listen, you can join us every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here for the K-Gun Report live on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You can also catch up on the audio on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, anywhere else that you get your audio. You're also going to be able to hang out with us for Sunday sessions. This week it's Thursday, 6:30 to 7:30, but most weeks it will be Sunday, 11:30 to 12:30, with me, Scooter Magooter, and Mr. Ryan Thomas from the Thomas Takes Sports Podcast. I think that's about all we got for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging hard. Again, the Rager was amazing. Sorry, I had a burp. We love you guys. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
This is a dangerous